Today on SUNUP, the Oklahoma Ag Leadership class travels to Spain. Take a peek inside the agricultural industry of this ancient world. Learn about three of its biggest crops: olives, citrus, and vegetables. And find out what lessons this group of Oklahoma ag leaders hope to share back home. Today on SUNUP. Welcome to Spain. Spain is a modern European country with nearly 46 million people, living in an area roughly the size of Texas, minus the Panhandle. In a country where roughly 40% of the land is suitable for cultivation, agriculture is big business, accounting for about 3.5% of the country's gross domestic product and employing just over 4% of the workforce. In early 2010, the Oklahoma Ag Leadership class took a tour through the southern section of the country, an area known as Andalusia. From the coast to the plains to the mountains, Andalusia is known as a more arid climate with less rain and longer growing seasons. The perfect climate, as a matter of fact, for olives. Traveling the countryside of Spain, the Oklahoma Ag Leadership class witnessed the intensity of Spanish olive production. From orchards planted row after row through the valleys to orchards climbing the mountainside like a trellis, stretching and growing through the rocky soils. And with olive trees come olives. Spain is the top producer and exporter of olive oil in the world. It's estimated the country has around 300 million trees spread out over more than 5 million acres, and new plantings are going in all of the time. The Andalusia region accounts for roughly 80% of Spain's olive oil production.
Amazing. Olive trees everywhere we've been. It's just amazing the places they have olive trees.
And especially on what kind of slopes they plant them on, where they go all the way up the side of the hills, and it's so rocky where we wouldn't even think about planting trees. They're planting them and being successful with them. So that's amazing to see.
With so many trees to harvest, it's amazing to think many producers are hand harvesting the crop and bringing it to their local co-op one load at a time.
Yeah, they just bring in a single axle trailer with hand pump hydraulics, lift them up and dump the olives. I was, as many olive trees as we have seen through Spain, that they can haul them in a little old bitty pickup bed, basically trailer. And it just amazing. They must harvest year-round. It's all I can figure. And even at that, I don't understand how they can get all the olives in.
Well, I thought the oil cooperative was really very similar to what we have. I mean, it's amazing that you can come halfway across the world, and I think it's basically the same thing. It's people getting together to try to lower expenses, increase income, and just basically working together to try to get a better market for everybody.
At the Oleo Algaidas Olive Oil Cooperative, a tour revealed the process of oil extraction, from sorting and cleaning to a cold press, where the oil is mixed with water to create a paste that is then processed and purified. OALP class member Brandon Winters is familiar with oil production from his day job with Producers Cooperative Oil Mill in Oklahoma City.
The processing was really neat to see. It was different, but yet some of the equipment that they use are some of the equipment that we use in our processing. Of course, they are all natural. They don't use any chemicals or anything to extract their oil, so their efficiencies aren't quite as strong probably as what we can get out of our oil. They claim that they can get 18 to 24% oil out of olive, but they didn't really elaborate on the fact that they could actually get that much on a cold press situation of what they were doing, and with a water wash in their extracting of the fats out of that oil to make it an extra virgin olive oil.
The farmer's price is based on the total kilos of oil produced and is paid monthly throughout the year. This facility is also able to trace all of its oil back to the load, producer, and farm it came from.
I don't know on our level if it could be back to the producer, if you could actually go back to the producer with the seed, because we bring so much seed in, it just fit all in one bin. But I was very impressed with how they could keep track with that.
From one orchard to another, olives aren't the only tree producing money in Spain's agricultural industry. Welcome to Canla, a citrus cooperative in southern Spain.
As you've seen, it's been raining in Morocco, it's been raining in Andalusia, so we have no oranges because how do you get to the fields?
Heavy rain slowed Canla juice production early in 2010, yet the co-op was still buzzing with activity. Spain is the world's largest fresh citrus exporter and ranks 4th in total production behind Brazil, the US, and China. The majority of its production is exported to Europe.
The orange juice factory, that was just neat to see something that we don't do.
Canla started in 1966 and currently has around 350 farmers. It has 3 production lines: fresh oranges, which are washed, sorted, boxed, and shipped to other processing facilities. Many of the oranges in Spain are bitter oranges.
We process each year 5 million kilo of bitter oranges.
1 millón de naranja dulce.
1 million of sweet oranges.
Orange juice is made with the sweet oranges. After being peeled and squeezed, the juice is pasteurized and bottled or put into large bags placed inside these sealed barrels for other companies to bottle or process further.
If they cannot sell all the juice immediately, which is what happens normally, because there's a lot of production in just a few months, yes? Well, they have to storage it somehow, and they have to storage it in such a way that customers can still take it with them.
At Canla, the peel is the most important part of the fruit. Sweet oranges are washed in warmed water, then peeled.
A very, very clean peel. We will pass it on to you. You can also smell your fingers afterwards.
The peel is then cooked to 90 or 95 degrees Celsius and shredded. Those small pieces are the beginning of marmalade for hungry people all over Europe. Canla employs about 70 people full-time and hires an additional 500 during harvest. But finding help in the factory isn't the challenge. Even with 20% unemployment, Spain's citrus industry struggles to find enough hands for field help, a problem one of their main competitors, Morocco, doesn't currently have to worry about.